But we're going to start off talking about Chelsea. And Chelsea's Ben Chilwell has been speaking to talkSPORT's Jason Cundy ahead of the start of the new season. The Blues defender said that beating Liverpool on Sunday would send a message to the rest of the league.
This is the perfect first game we could have because we're playing against another massive team and there's no better way to start a campaign than to go and beat Liverpool at Stamford Bridge. I think that is the best statement for the first game of the season we could have, and the opportunity to be playing against Liverpool the first game of the season for all of us is the perfect start, the perfect fixture for us to really go and make a statement.
It's a massive game for both sides, obviously, and interestingly, both sides look like they're in for Moises Caicedo. If you were he, Benty, and you knew that both Liverpool and Chelsea, massive clubs, were coming in for you, two questions. First one, if you were he, where would you go? Where would you be more comfortable playing your football? Where would you be more comfortable playing your football under either Jurgen Klopp or Mauricio Pochettino? And also, where would you be most comfortable thinking you've got more chance of winning silverware?
Again, you talk about two iconic clubs. Of course, Liverpool's a bigger football club than Chelsea. You can't deny that fact when you go back history. But if you look at recent history, Chelsea, you'd have to say, have won a lot more than Liverpool have. So, again, it's a difficult one for me because you look at the two clubs, you look at the two managers. Yeah, Jurgen Klopp's better than Pochettino. I'll give you that because he's one of the best in the world. He's an elite manager. It's a club that's kind of both in transition, you'd say as well. So for me, there's not really too much between the two clubs. But for me personally, me coming from London, that would probably sell it more for me because I'm from London. Chelsea's part of my family history with my father and my grandfather. So for me, I would opt for Chelsea. But I can understand, like if someone said, no way, I'd go to Liverpool, I can understand it. Liverpool's a fantastic football club. I've played there many a time and the atmosphere in that place is incredible. Like even as a away player, like when they're singing before kick-off, playing there, the fans. So I guess it just comes down, I think in this type of situation, I think it comes down to personal preference. And my personal preference would be Chelsea because I'm from London.
Who do you think, I'm looking at the midfields, that he will be fitting into. Liverpool will be McAllister, Curtis Jones. These are players they can choose from. Szoboszlai, Thiago. They've actually got no holding midfielder. I don't think in their squad.
Enzo?
No, I'm talking about Liverpool.
Oh, Liverpool, sorry.
Yeah, they've got no holding midfielder. Let me just check. Ryan, you're a Liverpool fan. You've got no holding midfielder, right? No, you haven't. So they're desperate for that role. Chelsea have got Enzo, Gallagher, Chukwuemeka, Tyler Adams, maybe. It looks to me on paper that Chelsea need him more. Would you agree with that? Yeah,
I think they need a bit more depth in the middle of the park. You look at Chelsea in recent times, in there when they had likes of Jorginho was in there, Kanté, Kovacic was there, Mason Mount. They had a fair few players in there. Do you know what I mean? That could play in there. So I'd say they probably need another body in there. Pochettino, Caicedo, or Lavia, who they've been linked to.
Yeah.
But for Liverpool, I'm looking at Liverpool and just thinking, I think it's a really big season. I've said it on this station so many times. Curtis Jones. I think there's so much in there. But I don't think he's a holder. I think he's a box-to-box, gets involved, creates opportunities. But I definitely think if you're asking me today, I think Chelsea could probably do with him more.
Okay, you said yesterday Chelsea finished third, Liverpool sixth, yeah? Okay.
This is due to be a blockbuster. Last four fixtures, 0-0, 0-0, 0-0 and 0-0.
And the two before that were draws?
2-2 and 1-1.
How do you think we'll end up, Benny?
0-0.
Yeah, me too. Joe's a Chelsea fan. Hello, Joe.
Hi guys, you okay?
I'm great. I'm very well. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Just boiling in my car on the motorway.
Okay. Did you like the Bob Marley music? Did that help?
It did help. I think Three Birds is definitely going to help a bit more, though, if he puts that on.
I told him to do that, Joe. I told him, don't worry.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something else. Okay. Right, cool, Joe. Now, listen, you're a Chelsea fan, so one of the questions I'm asking is where would you prefer to go? But obviously, being a Chelsea fan, you're going to say your club, so that question sort of goes out the window. But how desperate do you need a player like this in your midfield before the transfer window closes?
I think he'd be perfect alongside Enzo, but in regards to where would I go, I think it's a tough choice for the lad. Like Benny said, it's two big clubs, and it will just be down to personal preference and who's going to pay the most money for it. But I think we desperately need him. We need a solid player who's got experience in the Premier League, and he's got that.
Joe, do you think that's the only position where Chelsea are the weakest, in the middle of the park?
No, definitely not. It's going to be a tough one. I watched some of the pre-season and we were looking strong, and Nkunku being out's a massive blow because he was looking really good playing with Nicholas Jackson. But I think we could do with a bit more strength up front. I know we spent a lot of money already, but we haven't got any what's the word? Any players that are in place already. They've got the experience and they're proven. That's the word.
Joe, how's the Lukaku situation going to play out here? Because, of course, he wants to go back to Inter Milan. That's not going to happen. Juventus fans protesting because they don't want him to go there. Apparently, he's back training at Chelsea. I mean, would you give him another chance?
No.
Oh, okay.
Simple, really. The reason being is when we had him the first time, and when I say first time, I mean the very first time, I was really excited about him. But after that, when he was at West Brom and things, when he came back that time, I didn't like him then. I never liked him when he was at United. Obviously, I was a Chelsea fan, but still, I didn't think he hasn't got enough about him to play in the Premier League, I don't think, in my opinion. Not in a big club, anyway.
Okay. Joe, thanks for that. Let's quickly go to Dion. He's a Liverpool fan. Hi, Dion. How are you?
How we doing? We're doing, boys. You all right?
I'm good. I'm very well. You good?
Yeah, all good, thanks.
Off we go.
Yeah, so with Caicedo, I think we've desperately needed more. As you said, we don't have a recognised fix in the squad. We've been playing Curtis Jones and Trent in that role in pre-season. And I spoke to you the other day, actually, Andy, and you said to me, where do you think we'd finish? And I said to you, if we sign a DM, third, if not, sixth. But I said third under preference that the sixth we'd be signing is Lavia. Now, if we do manage to sign Caicedo, I think that's an absolutely game-changer, and I think that puts us straight in the title mix alongside Arsenal and City, to be honest.
Yeah, okay. I agree with some of what you're saying. I think it's so important for two reasons that you sign a player like this. One, because you need him, and two, you've got to back the manager.
Yeah, absolutely. And with this new formation we're playing, where Trent's pushing on, the space on the right-hand side is gaping. It's leaving Canate, usually 2v1 of Arsenal with someone like Caicedo in there, who covers so much ground. I think it's desperately what we need.
Dion, how much are you going to have to pay for Caicedo? 100 million?
This is the problem, Bentley. If we weren't wanting to pay 90 for Jude Bellingham, where are we getting the 100 to pay for Caicedo?
Dion, that is such a good point, because it's exactly what I was thinking. You think about what they've spent so far. If they're willing to go for Caicedo for 100 million, then Bellingham was what, 115?
Yeah, but Bellingham's not going to choose Liverpool over Real Madrid.
Well, apparently Liverpool were the front runners.
No, I don't know. Well, that story went for a bit and then it changed, right?
Because where are they getting this 100 million from then for Caicedo? Maybe it's desperation. They need it.
They do. Well, you've had so many players leave. Like Henderson was the last one that left for a week and a half ago.
We'd have had Fabinho, Henderson, Milner, Naby Keita. That's four.
Yeah, Ox has gone as well.
Ox has gone, yeah.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.